Hello everyone. Today we will continue to look at a topic in HCI storage. Next, we will mainly examine the detailed structure of our overall control box. Just now, we gave an overview of several of its modules. Now let's take a closer look. First, let's take a look at the front view of this control box. What does this correspond to? It corresponds to the front side of our system. Here, first we can see that this is a 2U server, and over here is a 4U server. Overall, the structure will have some slight differences. However, the content of the control box is not significantly different. First, let's take a look. For the 2U server, its design is more compact. You can see that everything is placed closely together. On the CU side, the control and disk are separated, offering strong expandability and support for multiple hard drives. It allows for a cascading setup with multiple hard drive enclosures. Here, first of all, there are some features located in this position. On the right side, there are several lights. First, at the very top is the ID indicator light for our enclosure. Then, in this position, the blue light, as you can see in the enlarged image, is our enclosure location indicator light, and when it's blue, it means it's flashing. This means the control enclosure is being located. If it goes out, it means the control enclosure is not located. And there's also another one here. A triangle symbol. With an exclamation mark, this is the alarm indicator light. If it's amber, it indicates that our control enclosure currently has some alarms or warnings. If it's off, it means normal operation, so this is what it means. Try not to let it light up, this triangle symbol. And in this position, this is the power symbol. This is our power symbol. The power indicator light is what you press directly when you turn on the machine. This is our overall front view. In the front view, the main focus is on these few on the right, while on the left, it's actually just our hard drives. As for the hard drives here, for a 2U integrated disk control, it will have 25 built-in 2.5-inch hard drives. And for the 4U here, we have a control frame where the disk and control are separated. It's disk control separation. This is the overall setup of our front panel. Here, the main thing is to pay attention to these indicator lights. The main one to watch is the triangle symbol, which indicates a warning. If it lights up, it means there is an alert. This is our location indicator light. And if it's off, it means there's also an issue with the positioning of the control frame. Mainly, just pay attention to these two indicators. This is the front panel of our control frame, or you could call it the front view. Next, let's take a look at the rear view. The rear view looks like this. It looks slightly different from the front view. There is quite a lot of content here, with a total of 9 different interfaces. Let's introduce them one by one. So here is the first position. And the second position? These two seem to look the same, right? You can see that they appear to be identical. But in reality, their functions are slightly different. So, the first port is the management port. By connecting a network cable here, you can directly access our management interface for management, the second is for maintenance, the maintenance port, and the third is the serial port. The fourth one here is our interface module. The fifth is our power supply and our backup battery. There are 2 things here, not just one. One is the power supply and the other is the backup battery located here. Then the 6th. This position is our SAS aggregation port. And the 7th, here is our interface module. And below these are also interface modules. The 8th is the management board. The 9th here is also a power supply. This side is 2U and this side is 4U. Just put it all together. Speaking of this, actually, the structure will have some differences. The structure of 4U and 2U will differ, but the overall interface is actually the same. This is a part of our rear view content. Here, especially pay attention to the front part. Regarding the management port here, be careful not to connect it incorrectly. If you connect it wrong, you might encounter connection issues. Please pay attention here. The management port is mainly used for system configuration, including monitoring. This monitoring is quite important as it can monitor other services within our system, as well as some basic hardware and software. The default IP address is 192.168.1.1. Then there's a concept here that hasn't been introduced much before, which is the sixth one here. Our SAS cascading port, what is it used for? It is used to connect the hard disk enclosure and can support dual link redundancy, which is the main function of the SAS cascading port. Regarding the power module here, it can support either 220 volts or 380 volts. Both are fine. Moreover, it allows for hot swappable replacement. As for the redundancy design here, this is how we do it. The main redundancy here includes the power supply. As you can see, these are 2 power supplies, and here directly there are 4 power supplies. 2 power supplies here, and 4 power supplies here. Isn't it 2U, 4U? Mainly for what? For redundancy, for redundancy. Including backup batteries, it's the same. Each power supply has its own backup battery. As for the fans, we also have a 1+1 setup. The fans are also 1+1 redundant. For these modules that are prone to failure, no matter which one fails, it doesn't affect the system, because we have multiple of each. If one fails, once we identify the problem, we can quickly remove and replace it directly without needing to shut down. This is because all our plugins and components support hot swapping. This is our rear view. Next, let's take a look at our controller. This is our controller here. The main function of the controller here is actually to handle our storage operations, such as data reading and writing, read calculations, and these are all managed by our controller, as well as caching data. Caching data is quite important for our system. This part, the cache, if, for instance, there is a power outage, as we mentioned earlier, we have a backup battery that we can use directly. The backup battery ensures the persistence of our data, meaning that after a power outage, the backup battery will maintain the normal operation of our server, and then we can take the cached data and directly transfer it all into our hard drive. The use of a battery is actually very important in our system. Within the overall structure, right? Now, regarding the controller, here, in this section, you can take a look at the right side, which is essentially a top view. You can understand it as a top view. The left side, actually, many things are not very clear, so we mainly focus on the right side. What does the right side mainly include? It mainly includes our controller. It's primarily used to carry a core module in our business. The CPU and cache on the controller work together to handle read and write requests from the host system, including the management of the disk array. Each controller can have multiple built-in hard drives to store data from the storage system and data from the cache after a system power failure. This ensures data redundancy. Then, this also includes our front-end interface. The front-end interface is this. It is used for business communication between the server and storage devices. The back-end interface is here. This is the back-end interface. The back-end interface is responsible for connecting the enclosure, and it connects the control enclosure and the hard drive enclosure, serving as a channel for data read and write operations from the hard drive. Here, we have the cache. The cache is essentially a memory chip, with extremely fast access speed, acting as a buffer between the hard drive and the external environment, a buffer between the hard drive and the outside world. And then we also have an engine here. The engine is actually our core component, generally a program or a supporting part of a system. So this is the structure of our overall controller. That's all for the content of this lesson. If you want to learn Washington technology or obtain the Washington question bank, please send a private message. You can also leave comments below the video for technical exchanges. Let's stop here for today.